Hey Ben, it's Buddha Gem, and I have no problem having this discussion. First off, let me just say I got much love and respect for you, brother. But seriously, this seems ridiculous to me. Not because I have any notion of don't disagree with friends on politics. Far from that. I mean, we can disagree vehemently. I mean, I'm going to disagree with you and Mr. 1001 Nights and anybody and everybody. I've never met anybody that I agree with 100% on everything. And I wouldn't want to live in a world like that, to be quite honest. And I'm all for having those discussions. My problem with this discussion is that neither one of us know jack shit about this situation. Your video is just riddled with assumptions. I mean, you say hundreds more people were paying attention to Mr. 1001 Nights' protest. Really? I don't recall him saying that. I don't remember him quantifying it like that. I know more people. I don't know where it got to hundreds. Why not say thousands? Why not millions? Why not? I mean, it's just an assumption. When you go on to mock me and the other politically incorrect, high school kids, you say, "Whoa, she was naked." No, she wasn't. She was never naked. Never. Semi-naked, which I think lies at the heart of this whole thing, is I don't know what the hell semi-naked means. Do you? Is that a precise term for a certain amount of clothing? To me, it's ambiguous as hell. If you ask me, just about every woman in New York right now, just about every human in New York, male and female, are semi-naked because it's hot. Okay? So, your problem with this event was that it was presented without any analysis. And there were people who responded who didn't see any problem with it at all. You know what? I didn't have a problem with it because it was Jonathan's video, and Jonathan's video was not to analyze the protests, but to share with other people who might want to get involved in activism an inspirational moment, some inspirational protests. I think that was the point of the video, and I think you're the one who spearheaded this thing. So I have trouble understanding. You want this analysis, and yet that wasn't what you spearheaded. Let's seriously analyze protests we've gone to in terms of gender and class, politics, racial politics. We can do all that, and I'm sure all of us have stories to tell, and I'm sure Jonathan could analyze those things perfectly well. But that wasn't the point of his video, and you know that wasn't the point of his video. And if you want that kind of video, make it, or collaborate with us. That could be a next collaborating video. It's a great idea. Let's analyze those things. But don't get upset that Jonathan's video isn't what you want it to be. Just accept it for what it is. And the idea that people who responded didn't see any problem with it all, that just reeks of arrogance. I mean, to think you're caught up in this gender thing with that one protest, but that wasn't the only one Jonathan talked about. He talked about another protest where he got in an argument with a veteran from Iraq and a couple, I believe, from Texas. So we not only have gender, but we possibly have race. We probably, most definitely have class that, we could analyze in these two events that he talks about. Sure, we could do that, and let's do it. But don't get upset that he didn't do it in that video, when that video's purpose was simply to maybe inspire other people to, to realize that protests can be pretty cool. That you can make a difference. Just one person going out there and doing it can bring in crowds, can get people involved. Other people watching that video might go, wow, I'd like to do that. I think that was the point of Jonathan's video. Don't assume that we don't see any problem with it just because in our 500 character thing we don't dissect every minute detail in the video. You said my comment was pretty shitty about keeping potato sacks around, and you said that the assumption is that because you can recognize the problem in the situation, you must be approved. That's not my assumption at all. My whole thing being, and I say it, should we keep potato sacks around, is asking you, what the hell do you think Jonathan should have done? Here's Jonathan out there doing his thing, trying to stop this fucking war in Iraq that's killing hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, brutalizing them. Americans are coming home, lost limbs and all kind. I don't got to tell you. All these problems, he's out there doing his thing. And a woman who was scantily clad, semi-naked, whatever, shows up. She's drawn into this, as were other people, and they take part in this. You know, what is Jonathan supposed to do? You know, is he supposed to be the wardrobe police? Like, sorry, miss, you're not quite dressed properly for this peace protest. Maybe Jonathan, I don't know where, see, this is the problem I'm getting at. I hope you understand this. We don't know. I don't know where Jonathan had this thing. Maybe he had it right by the beach, right on the boardwalk. The girl's having a nice day at the beach. She's like, oh, wow, these guys are protesting the war in Iraq. She's in a string bikini. I don't know. But she's like, you know what? Fuck this war. You know? I'm not going to go home and get dressed and come back. I want to stop this war right fucking now. And, oh my God, she's dressed in a string bikini. Whatever she is, you know? I don't know. But we do know. What we do know, Ben, is that Jonathan did not collaborate with this woman and say, look, at 1 o'clock, I want you to show up in your string bikini, whatever, scantily clad, semi-naked, and get a bunch of guys to oogle at you. That wasn't what he did. Jonathan's just doing his thing. So my question about the potato sacks is, seriously, like, what is it you think Jonathan should have done? You know, it was pretty clear in his video that he realized that people were being attracted to the protest for probably the wrong reasons. I think that's enough on Jonathan's part. You know, does Jonathan have to question everybody's motive? You know, a lot of people come to a peace protest for all the wrong reasons. You know, it's not my job to analyze everybody's reasons. It's not Jonathan's job. You know, let me move on here, so I'm running out of time. My comment that set all this off, I said every peace group should have a semi-naked woman. Again, let me repeat, semi-naked is completely ambiguous to me. I said it tongue-in-cheek. If you don't realize that, if you see a comment like that and you think I'm being serious, then you just don't know me, and that's fine. But that's the way I am. You know, I joke around about stuff like that. I watched this video, and I just wanted to let Jonathan, basically I just wanted to let Jonathan know I was watching. So I just, you know, something tongue-in-cheek, let Jonathan know, because I know everybody likes comments, you know, and I didn't have anything real, you know, you got 500 characters. That's what I said, so sue me. Just because it's a joke doesn't mean it doesn't have politics. Sure, it has politics, and you can take it however you want. Obviously, you've taken, you know, fucked up, whatever. But that's me, you know, and we can have this discussion. My problem is, like I've said, neither one of us knows enough about this thing. So to have this blown up discussion about it without more facts just seems silly. If you want to have a discussion about gender politics within the peace movement or within protests, let's do that. That's cool. But about this particular instance where I don't know anything about it, I don't know what semi-naked even meant. You know, I'm sure semi-naked means one thing to you, it means one thing to me, and it means something else to everybody else. You know, I don't know. I'm guessing she wasn't standing there with her complete top off. You know, who knows? I don't know. But that's my 2 cents. You know, I'm all for having a discussion. We can argue about this until the sun comes up. Personally, I just don't think it's very fruitful. I don't know what to, you know, I don't really see any kind of point to this, knowing as little as I do about the situation. But, you know, yeah, I said it tongue-in-cheek, and if you were offended by that, I'm very sorry. I would really like to hear from women, though, on this issue, like Quinn or Pop Beats, or, you know, any women. You know, were you seriously offended by this? You know, let me know. So that's my 2 cents. Peace.